I love physical media. There's something special about having a physical copy of something that you can play, and it's even more fun when it's analog. Analog media has made a big comeback in recent years, and much of this physical media has crossed over into the theme park industry. Pretty much any kind of merchandise you can think of, there's roller coasters attached to it. Like, look at this Worlds of Fun teacup. Who the f*** is gonna drink out of this? And this Six Flags shot glass. I don't even use it because it's such a bitch to clean. But look at it, it's so freaking cool! Which brings me to today's topic, vinyl records. There's an endless amount of albums that feature theme parks or roller coasters on the cover, but not many records strictly about theme parks. And that's what we're talking about today. I have 5 vinyl records related to theme parks that I'm going to show you today. And just to be clear, I'm not going over any of the Disney or Disney adjacent theme park records, mainly because there's a ton of them. Plus, they're all typically well known within the theme park world, so today I wanted to go for the deep cuts, stuff you probably wouldn't know about. But before I do, in no particular order, I just wanted to list my top 3 favorite album covers that feature roller coasters. Up first is Emotional Roller Coaster by Double R. Not so much because of the music, but look at this cover. Whoever made this cover, they took a promotional image of New Texas Giant and photoshopped Double R in the middle of the row. Not only did they not check his restraint, his leg is up. Talk about safety violations right there. Up next is Non Un Cinq by Belgian pop singer Angèle, riding what looks to be a pink, old-style Vekoma looper with different versions of herself. Now, I was actually in France when this album dropped back in 2021, so it was really cool seeing all the promotional material and advertisements everywhere. Not only that, leading up to this album release, Angèle herself did a video challenge writing the album's track list while riding Conda, the Intamin mega coaster at Wallaby, Belgium, which is freaking awesome. That's a level of commitment you don't see from pop stars nowadays, so that earned a ton of respect from me. The final album I wanted to shout out was Ride to Nowhere by Inglorious, which features Titan at Six Flags Over Texas. You can tell because of the extra helix before the mid-course breaks. I don't know why this British hard rock band put Titan on their album cover, or what the connection was, if any, but the cover itself goes pretty dang hard. The black and white color scheme looks great. The spiral vortex is a nice touch as well. Plus, as a former supervisor of Titan, it's really cool to see the ride I used to work at be immortalized in album form. Now on with the list. The first record I'm going over is the Six Flags March, the official Six Flags theme song, released in 1961. There's very little information about any of these records. I'm assuming they sold these in the park on opening year, which, for context, the only major attractions in the park at this time were the train, LaSalle's River Adventure boat ride, and Cucaracha, an Alan Hershen Mad Mouse roller coaster. There wasn't much focus on rides, mostly shows and educational experiences, and this is reflected on the cover, depicting a cowboy playing a bugle while riding a horse. Or is he in the horse? Is he the horse? Plus the horse has X's on his eyes, is he dead? This looks like something you'd find in a Wild West museum gift shop or something. On the back of the sleeve, it gives a brief description of the park and credits, which isn't a lot. Like, who produced this track? Where was it recorded? Who were the members of the 53-piece Six Flags Orchestra and Chorus? We'll probably never know. Now, let's listen to it. The first track is the actual Six Flags March. The lyrics are super catchy, and that melody just gets stuck in your head. The low brass and French horns give a heavy presence. Meanwhile, the wind instruments provide a nice contrast. I love the trills the flutes and the clarinets do at some points. And in the bridge of the song, there's an interesting whistling section, which is really giving 1960s Davy Crockett, raccoon tail hat, Americana, 4th of July parade, which, considering the song was released 3 years before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and in Jim Crow era Texas of all places, That was probably intentional. Looking back at some of this old footage of the park in its early days gives a pretty weird undertone. So much diversity, am I right? Acknowledgement of social context aside, at around the 2-minute mark, feels like the song is concluding, but then it builds into a key change? What in the Max Martin? That's right, the final chorus ends with a key change, and it gives such a triumphant feeling. You just want to pump your fists. Yes? Say hello to Titan. This song is a vibe, and I'm rating it as a banger. Now, the B-side starts with an instrumental mix of the Six Flags March, which is a very nice compliment to the A-side because overall it's a well-composed song and it's really nice to hear this version without the lyrics. The second track on this side is a twin piano arrangement of the Six Flags March by Suzanne and Jim Harmon, and this track caught me off guard the most because this is straight up ragtime piano music. This is literally a remix. It really transports me to an old-timey saloon atmosphere, and with the crackling sounds and slight pitch variation due to the record's age, it gives almost an eerie liminal space but also rinky-tink vibe as well, but I'm not mad at it. And throughout the piece, as the chorus repeats, the melodies and the tempo start to slow down, yet it grows more dramatic and epic. Imagine if Lost Island theme park dropped a theme song along with a piano version and an instrumental version. I guess the equivalent nowadays would be a sped up version, also with a slowed down and reverb version. That kind of stuff just wouldn't happen nowadays. This is a time capsule and I'm excited to show you guys this fascinating part of theme park history. What if I told you that Six Flags Over Texas dropped not one, but 2 records in the 1960s? Well, yeah. That's what they did. Released in 1967, The Sound of Fun Surrounds You is a 7-minute audio tour of Six Flags Over Texas, featuring narration by Don Sturgis. This track invites the listener to experience the sounds of the park as they, well, surround you. The front sleeve has some really cool illustrations of the rides and attractions, and this really feels like a theme park, compared to the last record we just listened to, which felt more Civil War Museum-esque. There's instances of onomatopoeia drawn for every ride, since the marketing campaign for the park at this time were focused on the sounds of the park. On the back of the record, it states, "As the panorama unfolds, you are part of the sights and sounds of the Lone Star State under Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic, the Confederacy, and the present-day modern USA." I just love how they put the physical directions to the park on the back of the sleeve as well. I know people probably weren't driving to the park using this record as directions, but could you imagine if someone did? When I was a kid, I've had VHS tapes literally melt after being left in the car. The Texas Sun does not play games. With all of that out of the way, let's listen to The Sound of Fun Surrounds You.
The sound of fun surrounds you.
Okay, Reverb, I see you. What an entrance.
Roaring waterfalls and raging rapids, chilling war chants mingling with the rhythmic beat of tom-toms, ringing applause, sporadic bursts of river pirate musketry, spontaneous laughter everywhere. These are a few of the many sounds of fun that fill Six Flags Over Texas. More than 80 delightfully different rides, shows, and attractions in this 140-acre family wonderland breathe life into the pageant of Texas history and legend. As the panorama unfolds, you are a part of the sights and sounds of the Lone Star State.
I love the way the music is worked into it.
Calaceradero, the sawmill, or as it is popularly called, the log flume. Guests ride in logs propelled through the flume by rushing water to the climatic finish when they descend the 44-foot-high chute or flume at a 90-degree angle into a lakelet of
90 degrees? Wait. You're telling me in 1963, Aerodynamics actually created the first vertical drop? Fuck Oblivion. Fuck Superman. Aerodynamics did it first.
the Republic of Mexico over Texas was one of the most festive and colorful. The brightly colored banner of red, white, and green waved over Texas from 1821 to 1836. And gaily colored fiesta trains take journeys into a panorama of animated scenes depicting life in the land of our good neighbors to the south.
Gaily colored fiesta train? Sounds like my birthday party.
Independence from Mexico was gained in 1836, and the Republic of Texas was born. The days of the wild and woolly West are depicted in the Texas area of Six Flags. There are outlaws on the prowl, and Judge Roy Bean, the law west of the Pecos, makes sure that law and order prevail.
Judge Roy Bean, that's actually really funny. This was 13 years before Judge Roy Scream was built. They must have really liked that name.
You're making a big mistake, Deputy. No, you made a mistake, cowboy.
And the good guys always win.
Yikes. The last thing I want associated with a theme park is gunshots. This takes me back to when I was working at Sidewinder at Six Flags Over Texas in 2021, and a shooting happened in the parking lot. There I was, thinking I was gonna die at a scrambler. That's not fun.
In the Crazy Horse Saloon, where only soft drinks are served, talented collegians sing, dance, and entertain in shows typical of the mid-19th century.
Only soft drinks? No water? Not even Dasani?
The Stars and Bars of the Confederacy briefly flew over Texas from 1861 to 1865. At most any time, Confederate soldiers can be found practicing their precision drill.
Right shoulder, pull! Together.
They didn't win the war with that precision.
The modern USA area of the park represents Texas of today in the 20th century.
I love these little interludes that they have throughout the talking parts of the Six Flags theme song. Do 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 do.
During the early 1900s, Texas went through its oil discovery era.
Oil discovery era? Is this the new section of the Eras tour?
And this exciting period is depicted in the oil boomtown section, where a replica of a real 1924 oil well with a wood derrick can be found.
That oil boom is still there. It's right next to Pandemonium.
A special high point of Boomtown is the $1 million runaway mine train, the most exciting ride ever developed by Six Flags Over Texas engineers.
Yes, the Runaway Mine Train, the best roller coaster in Texas, that features 3 lift hills. I'm kidding, I love the mine train.
No matter where a guest goes, or what he does at Six Flags Over Texas.
What he does? Not she! Ah, yes, the nuclear family unit where the man is in charge. Again, this is from the 1960s, and for example, American women weren't allowed to open their own credit or bank accounts until 1974, so that shows you where things were at during that time.
He'll be greeted by the smiling faces of the more than 1,600 friendly college students who strive to make a day at Six Flags a most memorable and fascinating experience.
College students? That's a bit of a stretch. I was in my early 20s when I worked at Six Flags Over Texas, and all of my supervisors were literally high schoolers.
At night, Six Flags changes into an entirely different atmosphere.
Yeah, it does look different at night.
Excitement and fun still abound, but the park seems different somehow. The sights and sounds are the same, but as darkness falls, they take on a different, more subtle aura. But, whether it be day or night, guests are always aware of the sounds at Six Flags.
You can hear Mr. Freeze from anywhere in the park.
The sounds of fun at Six Flags. Yes, at Six Flags Over Texas. The sound of fun surrounds you.
Six Flags Over Texas. Six Flags.
They just had to use that reverb effect again. That was kind of an abrupt ending. You would think it would have some kind of epic crescendo to close it out, but they end it so suddenly. It looks very different at night. Okay, see ya. I guess they were almost out of time on the record, so they wrapped it up. So that was The Sound of Fun Surrounds You. That was pretty much a podcast. From a historical perspective, it's so interesting that the park even put this out. Has any Cedar Fair parks done something like this? I mean, maybe Cedar Point as a theme song. They probably would have put it out on a wax cylinder or something. Now, the first song on the B-side is the Six Flags song, which is different from the march.
Six Flags over Texas. Six Flags over Texas.
More fun than a hullabaloo at Six Flags. Adventure is waiting for you at Six Flags. Entertainment for everyone, 'cause Six Flags puts you in the fun.
Six Flags over Texas. Six Flags over Texas.
Just immediately, it's a bop. The chorus is an earworm, and the vocalists kill it.
Six Flags over Texas. Six Flags over Texas.
They didn't have to go that hard with the solos, but I love that they did.
Be part of Texas history. Come out and bring the family.
Family.
Six Flags over Texas. Six Flags.
Banger, banger, banger. The second side on the B song is the already mentioned Six Flags March. I'm glad they included this song as well. It's a nice little EP that they put out. I could imagine some kid asking their parents, "Can we go to Six Flags?" And their parents are like, "We have Six Flags at home." And it's this record. In terms of the Six Flags music itself, I don't know which song I like better. They're both very similar but have their own distinct vibe. The March having the more parade feel, and the Six Flags song having a more dancey, swing, big band feel. I mean, it's like trying to compare Just Dance and Poker Face. Yes, they're very similar, but they complement each other and are both great. Now, when it comes to vintage records that the parks put out themselves, I thought the Six Flags Over Texas records were the only one. But I quickly discovered Coney Island in Stereo, released in 1959. Well, this wasn't actually put out by Coney Island. This was released by Riverside Stereophonic, a label with releases such as Sports Cars in Stereo, Pit Stop, Behind the Scenes at a Sports Car Race.
Beep, beep.
I could barely find any information about this Coney Island LP online, so I just had to buy it for this video. You're welcome. So the theme of this record is you're taking a walk down Coney Island, and each is something you're walking past. And if it's anything like the cover, it's a drugged out fever dream. And thanks to the magic of stereo, you're able to experience the essence of Coney Island all around you. That's right, in the back notes, they put a lot of emphasis on the stereo aspect of this record. I don't know how effective it truly was, but let's play it. So track number 1, or should I say band number 1, is Carousel, Steeplechase Park. So this is basically 4 minutes of carousel music, but this isn't a studio recording of the music, it was recorded right inside the actual carousel. This is more of a field recording than a themed audio experience, compared to the Six Flags records. There's no narrator announcing where you're at or anything like that, so it's a good thing the back notes give context to what's happening, because you wouldn't know what the hell's going on otherwise. After the music abruptly fades out, band number 2 is Funhouse Barker.
Hey, we have a funhouse here. Magic Carpet Funhouse, you must come out laughing. Everybody rides 1,001 laughs on the inside. Everybody rides, everybody laughs.
It's a ride attendant hyping up the Funhouse attraction, all while a giant mechanical lady is laughing the entire time. It's only about a minute long, nothing too crazy here. Band number 3 is Toss the Ball.
Hey, let's go. Hey, keep it up. Hey, toss me now. Hey, with a big one now. Hey, with a clay ball. Hey, with a big one.
Another minute-long recording of a Toss the Ball game. This is another track where you wouldn't know what's going on without context. Band number 4 is Machine Gun Target Range, another classic Midway game. This doesn't translate to audio very well because it's literally 2 minutes of gunshots. I don't know why this is twice the length of the Funhouse Parker band. Band number 5 is the Thunderbolt. And this sounds like audio from the Thunderbolt. No, not that Thunderbolt. The 1925 John A. Miller wood coaster, which was famously built on top of a house and was featured in the 1977 movie Annie Hall. Now, this coaster went SB&O in 1982 and was demolished in 2000, so there's very little footage out there of this coaster running. No POV either. So with just the audio, it's hard to tell exactly where the train is running on the layout. Overall, I'm glad this band is on here. It is cool that you can hear the chain lift the whole time. I don't know why they didn't go with the Cyclone for this record. Even back then, that was the more iconic roller coaster. Maybe the licensing was too expensive? I don't know. Band number 6 is Carousel 2. It's a recording of another Carousel song as the ride goes around again, and this one is only 2 minutes in length compared to the first Carousel band, which was 4, so this feels like they cut it just a little too fast. Band number 7 is Sideshow Barker.
I guarantee to show you something here that you won't find anywhere else. This young lady here beside me, every one of these girls take an active part, and I have plenty more girls inside.
It's the attendant advertising the rock and roll dance show with tons of dancing girls. What kind of dancing do they do? The jitterbug? He also advertises Albert Alberta, the half man, half woman.
And if you walk in right now, Albert Alberta, the half man, the half woman, is on the stage entertaining. That is a person that's just as much woman as man. And when you see her on that stage, she disrobes that body to show you.
Just as much woman as man. What is this, a strip show?
And my friends, you'll see it the way a doctor would see it in a hospital.
You would see it the way a doctor would see it in a hospital? Is she just showing it off? Is this what conservatives think drag shows are like?
The only living human being on this earth that was ever born with 3 legs.
He also advertises a man with 3 legs, which isn't that rare. You can find them at most bathhouses.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that rock and roll review goes on immediately after the 3-legged man leaves that stage. And he is going to the stage.
The recording then quickly fades out while the Barker is still talking mid-sentence. Rude. I wanted to hear more about the hung guy. Band number 8 is
Calliope.
It's a recording of one of those smaller portable pipe organs that you would see at carnivals. I myself have never seen one of these in real life, so it's cool to hear something from a bygone era like that. The tunes presented are cute, and I would stop what I'm doing and dance if I heard someone playing this. Also, at around the 2-minute and 30-second mark, you can hear some woman yelling at her child to come over here, which I think is pretty funny. Now, as we flip the record to side number 2, band number 1 is Freak Show Barker.
Hurry up, it's bargain night. Get on the line if you want to go. Everybody at dime. Hurry up, it's bargain night in Coney Island. Get on the line if you want to go. Hurry up, it's only a dime right now.
Hurry up, it's bargain night.
Hurry up, it's bargain night. Hurry up, get on the line, it's bargain night. Hurry up, the price is going up to $50.
Well, that track was totally useless because he didn't even advertise the freak show or anything about the show. It was just 57 seconds of him hyping up the discount for the show. I'm sure whoever produced this LP probably recorded a ton of audio at this park, and the fact that they chose this segment for the Freak Show Barker Band without mentioning anything of the freak show, like where were their priorities? We'll never know because everyone involving with making this album is dead. Okay, band number 2 is Calliope number 2.
Calliope.
What the hell we gonna do now?
This is another tiny pipe organ anthem, but this time the pipes sound out of tune and it feels like there were some weird notes throughout. Maybe they were warming up or something, but it just recorders, which I can't help but find funny. Band number 3 is Putt Putt Cars, basically a go-kart race with the muffled sounds of the attendant talking on the mic.
Why is this 4 minutes?
This is the 3rd longest track on the record, and it's just disconnected car sounds. I mean, it's kinda neat, but why? This could have been 30 seconds! Bruh. Band number 4 is Guess Your Age and Weight. It's the game attendant guessing the age of one guy.
All right, easy to win, easy to play. The idea of the game is to fool the guesser. We don't guess it, you win. Would you like me to guess your age?
Yes, guess my age.
Now, the gentleman's age, let's see, he has no gray hairs, no dandruff. I'm going to put his age down to be about 30, 40, 50, or 60. Now, here goes the number. I'm going to say about, just about this much. How old are you?
36.
Yeah, you look much younger.
I mean, it's fine, but with the 1950s New York City vibe this record was giving, I was kind of hoping for someone to get roasted, but that doesn't happen. I understand why they didn't, but still. Band number 5 is Test Your Strength. It's audio of the game where you take the mallet and try to ring the bell. When I was 12, I played one of those ring the bell games at Six Flags Over Texas. Not the big one that lights up, the small one. And I smashed my big toenail with the mallet. I don't know how my dumbass managed to do that, and in sandals of all things. But you know damn well I limped away carrying one of those sequined superhero capes.
Hey, Dan. Come on, big Dan. Do it. I'm going to try this up again.
This is another band where they put a ton of emphasis on the stereophonic aspect of this. The real way to hear this, they italicized real so you know they're serious, is to lie down with your head towards the left side loudspeaker. Since this is strictly an up and down affair, one microphone was placed low and the other high. Thus, the sounds of the attempts to send that pellet way up there seems to move from right to left across your room. I mean, it's kinda cool that they use the panning effect to make it seem so stereo, but why would you ask people to lie down to experience this effect? Who was the target audience for this record? Children? Theme park nerds? Stoners? Band number 6 is Peanut Whistle. This is 57 seconds of the Calliope organ with a very high-pitched whistle going on the entire time. This is just so overwhelming. What is this, the tinnitus simulator? If I was in this section of the park, I'd leave ASAP. In the album notes, it says it's a peanut vendor's whistle. And after Googling peanut whistle and not finding much information, my best guess is it's some sort of steam whistle? What does this have to do with Coney Island? Why was this on here? I have no idea. Band number 7 is Skin the Wire Game.
A free game. Just take it once across without hitting the wire. A free game. Let's go. There goes a loser. That's a loser right there. Now watch this young fella here. Watch this young man here. There's a fella with a steady hand. Hey, there goes a loser. That's a loser. There's another loser.
It's the attendant on the mic for the carnival game where you pull a ring through a spinning wire without touching it.
Hey, there goes another loser. That's a loser. There goes a man halfway down. There goes another loser. There goes another loser. And there goes another loser. And boy, do I have losers here.
Oh my god, this guy on the mic. This is the 1950s New York City I was hoping for. Would they even still be doing stuff like this nowadays? I'd cry if someone kept calling me a loser. Stop it, I already know.
Oh, is this fella here good? Look at this man go. Hey, there's a loser. I close up the place as soon as I get a winner here. Now watch this shit. Hey, there goes a loser. That's a loser.
There goes another loser! This is so unhinged and I freaking love it. Band number 8 is Nathan's Famous Restaurant. This is inside of Nathan's Famous Restaurant, the same one that does the hot dog eating contests.
You getting the sound from the bank, huh? Don't fight you, don't fight you. Hey, listen.
You can hear the people ordering, cash registers, as well as the sizzling of the hot dogs growing louder, and by the end of this band, now I want a hot dog. God damn it, this 60-year-old record got me too. I wonder how much they paid for this product placement. And the final band, number 9, another carousel. 5 more minutes of a carousel going with its mechanical soundtrack. For this one, everyone on the ride is cheering and getting hype, which is a fun atmosphere. I'm not sure if this is the same carousel from the other tracks, but the notes say this one is enclosed, so everything has a bit of reverb to it, which is vaporwave as fuck, and I love it. Then the music changes to Old MacDonald Had a Farm, and everyone starts singing along and cheering. And this is a fantastic way to end the album. It feels like a giant party and everyone's having fun. But there was still segregation going on at this time, so don't get too happy. And that was Coney Island in stereo. What a wild ride. I love what they were trying to do, and if you close your eyes, you really feel like you're at Coney Island. But some of the tracks should have been cut down or replaced altogether. Like, did we really need the peanut whistle track? No mention of the Cyclone whatsoever, the most famous roller coaster in the world. But regardless, this is a historical goldmine, and I'm so glad it exists. The next vinyl I'm looking at is the coveted Rollercoaster Tycoon 1 and 2 theme song. I love the pink and yellow color scheme used for the logo, and on the back features the iconic ride entrance building. The record itself is clear and features the happy face and the thrill ride face on each side. They totally didn't have to do this, but I really appreciate this small detail that was put into it. Also included was a card stating the record was handmade one at a time on 90-year-old equipment, and basically don't be surprised if the audio quality isn't too great. Not a big deal. I'm just happy to own something RCT related that isn't digital. Just from the beginning, I'm transported to the legendary main menu screen featuring Diamond Heights. Yeah, it's a little crackly and low quality, but it's fine. I'm not some audiophile snob that's like, imagine playing this at an EDM festival. One thing I didn't realize until recording the vinyls for this video, at the end of the RCT1 theme song, it actually has about 30 seconds of in-game audio of guests when your park is full. They didn't have to do this, but I'm so happy they did. This is the type of nerdiness I want and need in an RCT vinyl record. The second side of the record is the RCT2 theme. Same thing. As soon as I hear it, I'm transported to the main menu of that game, featuring Six Flags Magic Mountain. I'm so happy they have both theme songs on here. What I would give for an entire album of this, Dodge 'em Beat style on vinyl would go so hard. Our final record is by none other than yours truly.
But Dan, this isn't coaster related.
Yeah, I know, but still. This was made by me, Shockwave Dan, so... Mandatory Condoms is the name of my comedy/music duo with my best friend Tristan Oldfield, who starred in several of my short films. I bought this record from a custom vinyl website, and I was allowed 6 minutes of audio on a 7-inch picture disc for roughly $50. So I made a quick mashup mega mix of 4 of our songs. Made the cover myself too. The first track on this experience, I would say, is Alligator Snatch, a dubstep song which samples a nature documentary of an alligator getting unalived by a gang of giant river otters.
By the time the caiman realizes it's outnumbered, it's too late. The otters step it up.
This song actually has a long intro, but since I only had 6 minutes of time, I just cut the nature sample and went straight into the build-up.
All these otters want is that alligator snatch, yeah!
Whoa. I played the song live once. The crowd was so confused. After that drop, it transitions into So Sad, a song by Tristan under the alias Greg Mallard, an emo lawyer duck character who loves Panic at the Disco and has beef with Young Mango, a superhero rapper alter ego also played by Tristan. We have a whole universe of lore here. Greg Mallard takes us into his world for his musical debut, and it has a very pop-punk feel.
So sad! No, you ain't coming around no more. That was mine, we know you be knocking at my door. Leave it now, you ain't gonna crown. This is Young Mango, no it's not, it's Greg Mallard. I'ma eat a beef, I'ma eat a beef, Panic at the Disco, that's my treat. Yeah, drop that fucking bass, I'm a nut on her face, and she ain't a cover case, I'm a fucking disgrace. This your boy Greg Mallard, I'ma come and make a salad. Yes, I'm a duck, I don't give a fuck. Oh yes, I'ma cut her up if she bust any nuts. Yes, rock and roll made me, rap saved me. I'm a motherfucking crazy person. I'm a Greg Mallard motherfucker, lawyer motherfucking me. Yeah.
The next song is The Real Dirty Dan, under one of my aliases, Young Denial. This song was of course inspired by SpongeBob.
I'm Dirty Dan!
I'm Dirty Dan!
This song was released on my first rap mixtape, The Sound of Navarro, from 2018. I recorded it in my college dorm room, so that should tell you all you need to know at that point.
Yo man, tell that motherfucker Pinhead Larry he can suck my motherfucking dick. Ayy, swag, ooh, yeah. I'm Dirty Dan, 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 I'm Dirty Dan. I said I'm Dirty Dan, you don't understand. I'm the fucking man, popping pills and Zans, smoking out the can. I'm Dirty Dan, I'm Dirty Dan, I'm Dirty Dan. I said I'm Dirty Dan. Ayy, Young Denial on that beat, shades on my face cause I'm always throwing heat. Step up in the club, you look at me like you mad. Bitch, I know I'm super bad, I'll fuck your mom and I'll fuck your dad. Daddy! Who you calling Pinhead? Keep talking shit, you'll be dead. Listen to what I said, get on your knees, give me head. I'm the fucking shit, I'll flip your bitch just like a lid. The only things I will not fuck are the things I already did. I'm Dirty Dan, 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 I'm Dirty Dan. I said I'm Dirty Dan.
God, I can't with these ad-libs. They're so good. I produced the beat first, head-smashing dubstep vibe, and I wanted to make the most disgusting, nasty song ever, The Real Dirty Dan. And the last song on this record is called Tilapia.
I think Tilapia is really, and always has been, about fake bitches. Much like tilapia is kind of like a fake fish. The song is about like getting betrayed, putting your heart out there, and then just getting fucked over.
Well, we made the beat in like an hour, and we started freestyling on the mic.
And then we made it into something that actually sounded good. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You can suck my whole fucking crew's fucking dicks. I'm the motherfucker dropping all these straight bars. you can come or ride around in my friend's car. I think it really comes in hot. The part about sucking my whole crew's fucking dicks is because homie hoppers be everywhere. They be hopping, they be slopping, and they got it. I'm the motherfucker dropping all these straight bars was an allusion to my struggles with my sexuality at the time. Because really, none of my bars are straight. And then riding around in my friend's car, to this day, I walk, Uber, or ride around passenger princess style. Yeah, yes, come suck my toes. I got socks on and you can suck my toes. Yeah, eating all that ass. I'm about to pass it over like it's math class. That one's real simple. I be liking feet. I be liking wet socks. And really, whenever you can get the two involved together, it's going to be a hell of a time. And
sometimes when you twist it together and just take a nibble on the sock and just squish that liquid into your mouth.
Then you drain it out.
Yeah.
It's really good after a hot, sweaty day. Passing it over like it's math class, that was actually like a reference to the Pythagorean theorem and how sometimes there is a triangle, and there doesn't need to be a triangle. Sometimes it can just be 2 points connecting, a line, math class, passed it, over.
All these naked hoes like I'm in a fucking sauna. Me and all my boys smoking tons of marijuana. Young Denial got your bitch trained like a pet. Money in the bank counting dollars, coins, and checks. You think you're the shit, you still can't rock with my crew. Bitch, you just mad, I suck dick better than you. Fuck yes, Young Denial on that beat. Yo, what's the deal with Tristan and feet? Like, you know whenever a bitch tries to play with you, but you know deep down they can't do shit. I can make any guy come with my mouth. Bitch, you can't do shit. You're just mad. You're jealous. Every guy that you try to fuck with ends up coming to me. So.
And you know who he's talking about. You know who the fuck you are. Did someone say feet? I was just in my room about to beat my meat. Now I got a reason. Thank you for this fucking treat. I'ma come around and fuck your girl and leave her town. I'ma fuck this bitch, now she looking like a goddamn clown. Oh, yes, Magna Mater, I'ma be the fucking best. I'ma come on her chest. Ejaculation. It's really not a joke. Some people, it's little glob. Some people, it shoots. Me, it's like a thick stream. And it gets in the way of finding love. Once it was like pinkish. I had to go to several doctors. And that is why she ended up looking like a goddamn clown. Not because I left her high and dry with another child, but because the pink streamy cum like painted her face that of a clown girl. And I do think I, Magnum Otter, am the fucking best. So BG. That's all you gotta fucking do.